Hello. So the main thing is we started a band called Fizz with my best mates, Ola Garland, Greta Isaac and Martin Luke Brown. We've released 2 whole songs. They sound like this. And we have a whole album coming and loads of shows. It is loads of fun. I love music and I love my friends. I also did a tiny desk and I loved it so much I released the live versions on streaming platforms. So it was really fun to arrange for a live setup like that. I should and I will definitely go into more detail with those 2 things, but it's time to tell you about my current hyperfixation. There's a show on right now in East London called The Burnt City. I love it so much. I have been 26 times. It's my favorite place on earth. Essentially, it's this huge story that happens in this giant set made up of hotel rooms, a mini town with shops and offices and homes and gateways to the heavens and shrines and sand and secret rooms with different smells and lights. And there's a giant cast of around 30 or so people who perform this interlacing, looping story of grief, murder, love, deception, time, guilt, rage. Depends on who you follow, really. I forgot to mention the professional dancers, so they duet with each other. I've learned most of them. You put on a mask, roam around the set, and follow whosever storyline you choose to that night. Anyway, I love this thing more than I've ever loved anything. I was going to talk about this online just to share that gift with you, to let you know that this exists until September. But I have cooler news now. I'm going to be a part of the show for one night. Basically, in the show, there's a bar called Peep where you can take off your mask, get a drink, sit down and watch a show within a show, basically. And on Tuesday the 18th, I will be there in character that night, singing you songs and floating around the underworld. So that's my news for you. Honestly, I feel like you have pillars of joy in your life that you desperately need to rely on. And The Burnt City has been one of mine since October last year. My other pillar of joy was rewatching The L Word. There are a finite number of seasons and all things must end. I think that's about it. One last thing, I'm growing out my armpit hair. I highly recommend that. Okay, I love you. Let me know how you're doing. The internet has changed now. It feels a little bit different. Goodbye from your comfort millennial.